All right. We'll continue with adjournment from our executive session. I'll need a motion.
I'll make a motion to adjourn from executive session.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor? Aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carried. Now we will move into the commission meeting with the consent agenda.
Approval of the minutes from the June 7th, 2022 special commission meeting and the June 8th, 2022 regular commission meeting with executive session.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second?
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? The consent agenda is adopted. Moving on, old business.
Ordinance number O-5-22, a third reading. An ordinance repealing section 39.01 and 39.03 and replacing sections 39.01 and 39.03 of the Piqua City Code of Ordinances municipal tax on motor vehicle licenses.
Okay. Any comments from commissioners? Any comments from our citizens? All right. I'll need a motion to adopt ordinance number 0-5-22.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Would you call the roll, please? Jessica?
Mayor Pearson,
Aye.
Commissioner Lee,
No.
Commissioner Vetter,
Aye.
Commissioner Grissom,
No.
We have 2 for 2.
The ordinance failed.
The ordinance failed. 2 for 2. All right, moving on to ordinance number 0-7-22, second reading.
an ordinance repealing schedule of Chapter 33 of the Piqua Code and adopting a new Schedule A of Chapter 33 of the Piqua Code relating to wages of certain municipal employees.
Good evening, Commissioners. Schedule A, as you know, covers our full-time salaried employees. These are non-represented, non-union employees. The wages for certain classifications will be adjusted in response to organizational restructuring for operational efficiencies. Additionally, certain classifications have been added to the schedule. They're in bold for you. These changes reflect human capital needs to support our community responsiveness. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Any comments from commissioners?
Just like to make, eliminate the third reading on this, and so I'll make a motion to eliminate that third reading. That's all I've got for it.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded. Will you call the roll, please?
Commissioner Lee,
Aye.
Commissioner Grissom,
Aye.
Commissioner Vetter,
Aye.
Mayor Pearson.
Aye.
Public comment.
Is there any?
Can't cut them all, so, sorry.
All right. So at this point, we have,
Well,
The
if there's no
ordinance.
public comment, I'll make a motion to approve ordinance number O-7-22.
Second.
You want to talk about this ordinance? You want to wait until the open? Okay, thank you.
okay.
So was it moved and seconded?
Yeah, I
Been
seconded.
moved and seconded. So will you call the roll?
Commissioner Vetter,
Aye.
Mayor Pearson,
Aye.
Commissioner Grissom,
Aye.
Commissioner Lee.
Aye.
All right, thank you. Moving on to resolution number R-79-22.
A resolution authorizing the city manager to execute an agreement regarding the voluntary resignation of an employee of the city of Piqua.
Before we consider this ordinance, it needs to be it needs to be removed from the table.
I'll make a motion to remove it from the table. It was tabled at the special meeting that we had.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? All right.
Okay, Frank.
Now the resolution, do we have to? This resolution has to do with a settlement agreement with an employee who has resigned their position with the city of Piqua. It's a longtime employee, and it reached an agreement where the employee would waive all potential lawsuits against the city, and the city also paid various benefits to the employee. We don't publicly go out there and state the employee's name or the exact terms and conditions, just to protect the employee along, just out of decency on the behalf of the city.
All right.
No comment.
Is there, sorry, what did you say?
I said I had no comment, so.
Okay. Any comments? No. Any comments from citizens?
I'll make a motion to pass resolution R-79-22.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Say
Aye.
Aye. Resolution R-79-22. Carried. Moving on to new business. Resolution number R-80-22.
A resolution to authorize a final plat for Arrowhead Estates Section 2.
Chris?
Thank you, Commission. This item is the last step in the process for DDC Management, the developer of the proposed subdivision project, to be able to move forward with the work that they've presented. The item's been before the Planning Commission, where a public hearing was held, at which they considered the construction plans and the final plat that is here before you this evening. There has been extensive review by city staff and the different departments to make sure that the proposed project meets all of the applicable city standards. And to that point, Planning Commission recommended approval of this plat. The plat will result in 80 new single-family residential lots on which the developer proposes to build those homes over the course of the next couple of years. Happy to answer any questions, but I think this is a pretty straightforward item that's been well vetted. And I know the developer's here this evening if you have any questions.
New homes, I like it.
Aye.
Clayton Sears with DDC Management, 3601 Rigby Road, Suite 300, Miamisburg, Ohio.
A little louder if you could, please.
Clayton Sears with DDC Management, 3601 Rigby Road, Suite 300, Miamisburg, Ohio.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thanks
Hi.
for having us tonight. We are excited to be here at the end of this process and really excited to break ground here this summer. Really looking forward to this project moving forward. I can answer any questions you guys might have, but if you don't, that's okay too.
New home development's always a plus in this town, so we appreciate that you guys are willing to make the investment and come to our town and do that, so thank you.
Most definitely. Thank you.
Thank you.
Commissioners, do you have any questions or other comments? Any citizens have questions or comments? All right.
I'll make a motion to approve resolution number R-80-22.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Resolution R-80-22 has been approved. Okay. We'll move into public comment. This is an opportunity for citizens to address the City Commission regarding agenda items, issues, or to provide information. Comments are requested to be limited to 5 minutes, and specific questions should be addressed to the city manager's office. So anybody wants to come forward? Comment.
Go for it.
Hi, how's it going? I'm Tyrell, Knox. I live in 513 Spotted Dell, Piqua, Ohio. I just had a couple questions about the street levy that passed 2 years ago, and I've yet to see one street fixed, maybe one. And I just want to know what our taxpayers, how much we paid so far in the street levy, and what streets are you guys going to fix, and what's the process, and basically that's it.
Sure, I can respond to that. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
So this year, with oil prices on the increase and the amount of costs that we have for asphalt materials, we opted to postpone paving for 1 year. Part of that is because our underground utilities traditionally have not been completed in time for the paving program. So what you would see, unfortunately, would be you pave a road, you'd have a sanitary line or a water line break, we go out and we repair it. So what I asked the staff to do this year was to get caught up on all of our underground work, and then next year we'll be spending twice the amount of money on our resurfacing. So instead of paving and going and digging up the road and really looking bad and not giving you the most benefit for your tax dollar, we're trying to be more planned in initiating a program that's going to be sustainable over time. That being said, the Public Works Department's out doing maintenance work, quite a bit of maintenance work. They bought a Durapatcher. They've been out pretty much every day the last 2 weeks doing Durapatching. They'll be doing strip patching, pothole maintenance. We'll be doing crack fill contracts along with other pavement maintenance. And then we're going to, as we look at setting up a program that's going to be reactive to the pavement conditions, we don't want to go out and pave streets that don't need to be paved. We would prefer to do surface treatments on. So we want to be more sophisticated in our delivery to give you the most bang for your dollar.
So when are you guys going to start? What's the date after fixing all the pipes?
So right now they're out doing pavement maintenance, and we're going to put together a plan, and we're going to present to the commission in the fall. If you want to leave your contact information with me, you're more than welcome to attend that work session.
Okay, because I feel like you guys are always fixing potholes and not fixing the streets as far as.
Right.
I feel like that's an ongoing process here.
Yeah, and I can just tell you, I was out last week with the Public Works Director, and one of the streets that was paved didn't have the appropriate undercuts done on the sub-base, and so the refuse truck was driving over it, and it was making the pavement heave. So they have to go back and cut the street open, make the pavement, the subsurface, subgrade repairs, and then resurface it. So that's what we're trying to avoid. When I got here, I've been here a year and a half, what I found out was that we didn't have good coordination between departments, so we're really working on getting that coordination done so that we don't go out and pave, like I said, pave roads that we have to go out and do underground work on.
So you guys fixing Caldwell? Have you ever drove down Caldwell? That street's been terrible since I was 8 years old, and
Yeah.
I don't think it's ever been fixed.
Well, I believe they did a project out there where they did some cement stabilization, some other things. Again, I wasn't here when that happened, but my guess would be that wasn't the appropriate engineered solution for it. And so we had a company go out and assess all of our streets and do an inventory and a pavement condition index. And so we do have that list and the paving list, but the list doesn't necessarily correlate with what needs to be done with underground utilities. So we're trying to get all of those things put together in a way that makes a program work.
Okay.
If you'd like, I'd be happy. If you want to come in, I'll take you out in my car. We can go right around and I can show you some of the things we're doing.
Okay. Because, Piqua, they got 4 main streets. I go down 4 of them streets every day. You can see if you guys are doing any work as far as the city's doing work. Like, I don't know. But, okay, that's it.
I
I appreciate it.
understand.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Thank you,
very
sir.
much.
Good to see you.
Any other public comments for commission? None? All right. City managers report.
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, Commissioners. So 2 items on the agenda on my report this evening. One would be just an update on our sanitation department and some of the concerns. We have our new sanitation trucks, and so with that, the routes have changed, and so we're addressing some of the logistical issues with having new routes and not having GPS and optimized routes. So some of the residents that have had their trash pickup or their yard waste missed. I apologize for it, number one, but a lot of that has to do with us growing the program, and I apologize. That being said, over the next, 9 months to a year, we're going to be adding that technology that will allow us to not only optimize the routes and pick up without missing trash, but it'll also have a dashboard where the residents can just get online and see where the trucks have been. Similar to that, we'll have that for snow and ice, where you can see when was the last time I had a snowplow go down my street. So those things will be coming out. Today, we actually took a look at our new website that's going to be stood up by Civic Plus in September. Hopefully, we're looking at the launch date then. It's going to transform how we communicate with the public, and just having a sneak peek at that was a really big deal for us because it's long overdue. And lastly, don't forget, because we don't have a meeting between now and the Fourth Fest, is that we're going to have a great fireworks show this year, along with a lot of activities downtown on the 4th. So please be sure to attend and enjoy that. Thank you. That's the end of my report.
Thank you. All right, commissioners, Mr. Grissom.
Thanks. I don't have too much, but I kind of alluded to this in the last meeting. One thing that we're actively working on is a better way to get people involved, especially I'm looking at people my age or younger. And we have a long-standing list of volunteers for the city, but it seems to be the same people always coming out. And I know we just had a wonderful event downtown with the food trucks and the car shows, and it takes a lot of people to put those on with limited budgets. So I really encouraging people to become a part of the community. Like I keep saying, grass is greenest where you water it, and how can we get others involved, just even if it's an hour here, an hour there. If you're coming to enjoy the event, maybe spend an hour before and then enjoy it afterwards. But there's a lot that's going to be coming out with that, and hopefully in the next few months that I'm going to be working on and going to be encouraging those to join and help me with it. So
Right.
that's all I have.
Well, I think that's so correct, because we have events and we need volunteers for all of our events. So it's time to step up and
Yep.
help out
Yes,
to make
ma'am.
them successful. Okay. Chris Lee.
I want to thank everybody who attended or either watched on our website the Juneteenth celebration that we had yesterday behind the city complex. It went really well. It was in recognition of Juneteenth and in recognition of the various companies that agreed to fly the flag for Juneteenth on that date, and that what was the holiday date. Juneteenth was actually the 19th, the day before, but we had a little history lesson. We had some proclamations read. We had a prayer. It was a good time. The Committee on Diversity sponsored it. The members went around to about 10 different businesses and got their cooperation to fly the flags. And Edison, the library, City Complex here, both funeral homes, French Oil, Hartzell. I mean, just a bunch more. If I missed anybody, I'm sorry. But it was a good awareness. And next year we're going to do it again, and hopefully we'll do more activities for that. And I understand that Rock Piqua was rock solid and rocking. It was a really good time. The car show was very well attended, my understanding. I had a reunion that I was at, so I wasn't able to go to either, but we have events, we have things for people to do in the city. We want you to attend them and be a part of them, and help volunteer for some of these as well. And since we won't see everybody until after the 4th of July, come on down to the 4th of July festivities, have a good time, and enjoy the fireworks, and just be safe. And that's all I have.
All right, thank you. Commissioner Vetter.
I have a couple things. I want to say a special shout-out thank you to members of the wastewater treatment staff, Maria Weaver and Greg Peltier. For those who may not be aware, the new Utilities Board scheduled a tour of the wastewater treatment plant, And I have to confess that in all my years of living in Piqua, I've never been there. Maria set it up, and Greg did the tour, great tour, and I really was very, very informed and impressed with not only the facility but the enthusiasm of employees, and I think that's a good thing to note. I want to say a special note that on the July 4th celebration, the Piqua Civic Band will be playing up at the hotel. I think 3 o'clock is the scheduled performance time. It's a great time, great place to play. So that'll be happening. And as I usually do in my parting comments, I want to say a special comment from PNIC, the Piqua Neighborhood Improvement Corporation. And the comment of the meeting is, pick up your trash. If you're not familiar with it, I think the cigarette is the most often given out piece of trash. Look around your house, look around the street, and pick up some trash. I think it makes a big difference in the way neighborhoods look. So please do that, and that's the comment from PNIC. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I wanted to remind everybody that the farmers market is Thursday evening, 3 to 6 p.m. down across from the library. Thank you to Jessica Stein for filling in tonight as our commission
Appreciate you.
clerk. Thank you. And then one more thing, Great American Bicycle Adventure. Hundreds of riders are coming through Piqua to finish a 400-mile tour of Western Ohio. They will be coming through Wednesday, that's tomorrow, the 22nd, at mid-morning, and they will stop at the Canal Place for refreshments at the local restaurants before heading north to Sydney, where their tour will end. So look out. If you're driving through Main Street, you could run into some bicyclists. But that's all I had then for this evening. I would like to take a 5-minute break, and we will come back in 5 minutes and move into our work session.
Make a motion to adjourn?
No.
Well,
Not
you
at
know,
this point.
in session? Okay.
5
All and over.
minutes. 5 minutes.
Thank you.